think it's a really exciting place to be studying. It's really stimulating, it's really exciting that in my course I get to spend an hour each week talking about my essay with someone that's an expert in the field. I think that's something that's so unique to studying here.
It's really great. The lectures are fascinating because we're taught by some of the leading people, by the people who write the leading textbooks out there. And then the supervisions equally, we really get to explore the certain subjects that like you can really get involved in, and it's great having that kind of discovery process where you can really find out more.
It's really intense, like really hard work, but it definitely pays off at the end of the year.
You're definitely getting your 9 grand's worth.
Yeah.
And you come here, there's so much work to do, but it's incredibly rewarding.
Like you definitely have to step up your like, you know, your motivation and your work ethic to be successful. Which A-level you kind of get spoon-fed and stuff, but you have to kind of go by your own accord here.
So it's definitely very fun and very cutting edge as well, especially this year. Like it's difficult as well, but we get a lot of help in our supervisions to like understand some of the concepts. No one expects to like understand them straight away. But yeah, we learned eventually how to build confidence and what actually the purpose of the experience was, which is sort of not to get marks, but to actually understand the real world better.
First year, I think my very first term, I really wasn't prepared for the intensity of it. Especially because I'm doing economics, but at school I didn't do an economics A-level and I didn't do further maths. And so I had a lot of catching up to do basically in terms of statistics and things that I'd never done before. But then it instantly got me used to like self-study and just going out of my way to find out about stuff because I had to. And then second year now I'm used to all the work, I'm caught up, I'd like to think. And yeah, I guess it's not stressful now.
Like, I think it is a big step up from school. Like, I do history and I have to write an essay every week that's kind of equivalent to what it would be like a piece of coursework at school, but it sounds like a lot, but you do get used to it so quickly.
Yeah,
I think the workload, and like everyone's in the same boat of like, there's a bit of a shock going from A-levels to an undergraduate degree. It's quite different from being in a class of like a small sixth form class to being literally one-on-one. It's a lot more intense, but it's so useful. Like, you learn so much more.
Specifically, I targeted Trinity because we have an excellent array of law fellows that span so many areas of law that I'm quite interested in. In terms of my study habits, I quite like the Trinity Law Library. We're fortunate to have our own library, which is quite unique at Trinity College. They definitely take care of us.
Like last term, I could not believe how much I'd learned. Like the amount I just couldn't believe how much work I'd managed to do, kind of without realizing. They sort of trick you in just being able to read faster and write faster.
It's just not being spoon-fed, because we'll have an essay title and just a list of books, and they don't tell you which pages to look at. You just have to work out for yourself.
And I think as well, just kind of exploring your own ideas, because here, if you said like an opinion that you'd read somewhere, your supervisor would be like, great, yeah, I know that this person said that, but what do you think about that? And then in the end that helps you, because you develop it and you can write about it in your essays, and when it comes to the exams you'll find it so much easier to just write about something you actually believe in.
Or learning how to think.
Yeah, precisely.
In first year I was doing English literature, and then I changed to French and Spanish MML in second year, and that was partly because I was enjoying the course, but it wasn't really what I really wanted to get out of my university experience. But I think people generally tend to be very supportive of change. I mean, they're not going to be jumping up and down about it, but they are, they're not going to be angry with you. If you've made the wrong decision and if you feel very strongly about it, there is a way out. It's not set in stone.
They're really supportive. You have a lot of like pastoral care kind of. Each student will get assigned a tutor, and like you'll be like quite a big group of you will get assigned to a tutor. And if you have any problems at all, you just go and speak to them, whether it be personal or financial. Exactly. I mean, I had a lot of financial troubles last term, and my tutor was so helpful. And Trinity in general is really helpful because they can like give you money if you need it, when you need the support for that money. If you have problems with your work or anything at all, they will sit down and talk to you about it. So you never have to feel worried that you're not going to get never feel trapped, because because there's so many people that will help you.
The supervisions in Trinity are amazing. They're really good. You have, so in first year I had 4 hours a week with like a world expert or a PhD student discussing the problem sets for that week.
They want to help you succeed. They want to help you do well and want to help you learn. So if you do have a problem, don't feel at all awkward asking them for help. That they're more than happy to. In fact, they want to.
All the supervisors are really helpful. Like they go through all the problems. Like if you do a problem, if you get something wrong, they'll show you through it and teach you very well. All the staff, like working the buttery and the serve room, are really helpful and really kind people. So I haven't met a bad person.
If people ask them questions and like actually the students at fault, then the lecturer is usually very kind about it, and like they say, yeah, it's reasonable to have asked, and like they're much kinder than I expected if you sort of haven't got things which are probably obvious to them, but they appreciate that we haven't seen them before and really try and help us.
They are really specialised in what they do, and really, like they are at the top of the game in the world really in the specific subject, and sometimes that can mean that they're like a bit crazy professors. You know, not like teachers you'd have at school, but then some of them can be really normal people. I mean, a lot of the time you can have like just like a PhD student, and they're pretty young and they're really good at, they know how you learn because they're still learning themselves, but they're way ahead of you, and so they know everything. And so yeah, you get a big mix of different people that you maybe wouldn't expect to be teaching you at Cambridge.
What's so great is that the teachers and supervisors really care about how you do and will help you in any way they can to make sure you're pushing yourself and you understand everything.
In my experience, they've all been very nice. They're obviously leading academics, sometimes in their field in the world. Some of them have very, 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 very large libraries. Like, I mean, in their rooms, in their offices where you go for supervisions, I mean, the walls will be covered with books. And sometimes that can be a tiny bit off-putting when you've come in and having, written your essay on the 7 books and you're really proud of having read those 7 books. But that's what they've chosen to do with their lives, so it shouldn't intimidate you, and you shouldn't be scared to talk to people. That's one thing I learned, because of course, they're all highly intelligent academics, but they are not scary people. They're here to, part of their job is to take care of you. Yeah, just don't be scared of talking. It really helps.